can change it on track anyway.
Softy talks a lot when he's nervous, I've noticed. Well, we're about to go racing then. The second time this season. Glock won the opening round, but he's nowhere near the front row this time. It's Softy on pole with Matt alongside him. Lights on in Imola and lights off here already. A slow start from Matt Tibbles. Not what he needed already. Down to P3 here at Imola, but he's just about kept clear of the Ferrari and the Alpine, who are racing very close with Williams and Phil Bardwell just behind him. But Softy crucially leads this race into the first corner. Glock second, Matt Tibbles third, Phil Bardwell up to fourth already as Dan fights for Jack Hickey, the reigning champion. Just 1 point from the opening round. Not the best start he needed from this race. Down the man is sixth, Aiden and Alistair, two Red Bulls, seventh and eighth with Court and Konghoffner completing the top 10 for now. It's all a very clean start here in the opening split of this circuit, and it's crucial that these drivers behind Softy stick with the Has man. We've got Jack Hickey and Phil going side by side for fourth and fifth. Alistair's been let through by his teammate. I think tactically Jack Hickey almost losing the back end of that Ferrari behind Phil Bardwell, getting very close racing here on the opening lap. Glock needs to fit within a second of Softy because Softy will pull clear. We know how good he is at this circuit. Down the man has the two Red Bulls chasing him down. Can Alistair get a move here on the Alpine? Not quite. And already it's a mistake, and surely Aiden will go back straight through again.
Keep going.
Not quite. But Court's now got a chance to get through on Aiden. Already the gap at the front is up to 8 tenths. Court on Alistair and Aiden. Round the outside goes the Alpine man. And he might just take the position. They bang wheels. Alistair is now a bit of breathing space between him and the cars behind because Aiden has lost the place to Court, and he's got Konghoffner all over the back of him. Jake Davies and Owen also joined this fight. There's so many cars here. A huge train of them on this second lap of the Grand Prix. Look at this. Court having to defend. Kong thinking about going for a move on Aiden, but needs to look behind him because Owen is there too, as is Jake Davies. Wet Lemon's just waiting for an opportunity. All these cars so bunched up, so tightly squeezed together. But this is great racing here at Imola. Konghoffner, good line. Maybe he can attack the Red Bull into the next corner. Not quite this time.
Big accident.
Ollie Hart is out of the race here. And is that going to be any sort of safety car? It's a virtual safety car. Neutralises the race temporarily.
Oh, Jack was just about to pass Phil.
I also
like
try
this.
your fucking hardest to get up that thing.
VSCs are much better than safety cars. If that was any sort of safety car, then that's it. You got 3 laps of possession behind an Aston Martin. We don't need that.
VSC ending.
It's ended, about to end.
Oh, this is good. Very quick as well. Phil Bardwell, I was just about to say, he was going to be the first driver this season to not learn to slow down under the VSC, and it's Phil Bardwell, everyone. That's a drive-through. It's a pretty harsh penalty for such a small crime. I mean, Phil's probably gained, what, a tenth or two? Now he's about to lose 15 seconds and about 15 places because of that move. Alistair on Down the Man. Can he get through on the Alpine man? All these drivers know that they'll gain a place in a minute because Phil Bardwell will have to come into the pits in the next 3 laps. And if he thinks it's going to be a safety car at any point soon, you may as well get it done sooner rather than later. There's clean air further back, so it probably benefits Phil just to come in now for that drive-through penalty. You won't have any sort of traffic, you'll have clean air, and will then hold off any safety car threat. Jack Hickey will want to get the move on Phil on the track at least. Softy.
Drive-through penalty.
Softy and Glock would be level on points, I think, as things stand, unless Softy has that fastest lap. Both of them 43 points at the top, which would be fantastic going into the second week. Phil Bardwell holding on to fourth. Real shame. Oh, that didn't sound good for, I'm guessing, Court. And Aiden goes through around the outside. He's going to be 2 into 1 corner. It's going to be very tight. Let's work. And that was never going to work. Court probably would have been better off just letting him go. But he was adamant that he was going to keep that place, and he spun round down to 18th. And is Phil Bardwell going to serve that drive-through penalty this time round? No, he doesn't. He stays out. So, interesting.
So slow. Why?
Konghoffner and Aiden up to B8 he goes. Nice move from the McLaren man down the straight with the advantage of that DRS. Aiden's struggling here, and Aiden's had a spin. We're not watching it.
He got wiped out. He got
Jake,
wiped out.
come on! And the safety car is now deployed, and who's that going to affect? It's a lot of these cars don't have their team. I said to Phil,
reduce
Why?
your
What
pace.
is the advantage of staying out and not serving the drive-through?
Holy fuck!
But Phil thought, you know what? I'm going to deliberately stay out just because Dom said the better thing to do is to pit. And Phil now is going to have to drop to the back of the grid and be 20 seconds off everyone else.
So
Because
you're
Phil
going to be in a good
Bardrell
position, yeah.
was a stubborn old
Check
man
your
and didn't want to make the
for a
pit
new
stop.
strategy option.
Phil,
Make sure
thoughts,
to prep
comments,
the
concerns
mediums.
on why you didn't want to pit?
Hang on.
Yeah, Phil. Phil. Well, now what? Let's go through the positives of Phil not pitting there. Well, they're on A. Now let's go to the negatives. Well, there was the threat that a safety car would come out and you would not be able to. Well, it's not worth going on. I think Phil knows he's made a huge mistake here. There was no benefit to staying out other than a bit of TV time.
Yes, pit.
And everyone is surely going to dive into the pits. And thankfully for a lot of these cars, they're nowhere near their teammates, so they won't. In fact, maybe Corey will have to get held up by Roy and... Wait, what? No one's pitting.
Oh,
What?
I think everyone's got the
Delta is
same
too
idea
low,
as me.
Risk a penalty. Slow your pace immediately.
Rain's imminent.
Yeah.
Oh, is there?
There was just after the safeguard came out, I got a message saying we're expecting raindrops in a few minutes.
Oh, for fuck's sake. That's why I got
Oh.
as well, that's why I've stayed out.
Okay then.
Sorry,
So,
It is.
if the rain doesn't come, then Alistair and Kong are on for a famous victory here in TGP1. And it's raining already. It's raining.
Yeah, that's
Oh, yeah?
fine. Sorry, Alistair.
Hayden told Alistair to pit, and now it's started to rain. Alistair, thoughts on that one?
Look after these tyres now. Finish the race on this one.
That's the clean version of what he said last season when Aiden told him to hold the position and get the 5-second time penalty.
But, I mean, it said that the
Nice.
rain on the graphic for the race, it was like the very last, bar. Yeah. So. True. Yeah, that's true. I mean,
Yeah.
I like this is better. It's unpredictable, isn't it? So.
Hickey?
Well then, it's not wet enough for inters, so do the drivers now pit for intermediates and be at the back of the field, or do they stay out because it's and then just hope that the safety car comes in on the next lap? Because if this safety car does one more lap, this is very interesting. I've never seen anything like this before. Not in this kind of condition, from wet, dry to wet. Well, who's going to come in for inters? Is it too early for inters?
We actually won't even know when DRS gets disabled either, because obviously it already is.
Fantastic. Well, surely everyone that had just pitted, like Alistair and Kong, might as well now just pit for inters. And Softy comes in. No, he doesn't. They're all buffing each other.
Oh,
Matt
Phil's
Tibbles
coming
comes in. Phil Bardwell comes in, and
They've got a service.
I mean, wow. It's just not wet enough at the moment, isn't it? But you'll be at the back of the field anyway. So if it did suddenly start to rain in the next lap,
Still out. Yeah.
so I wonder if anyone like Alistair and Kong would just come in for inters. They're not. Maybe it's not going to become wet enough. Maybe it's going to stay like this kind of steady rain. And if it doesn't,
Phil,
then
Lemons, John have.
we've got 3 different sets of strategies. We've got those that have pitted already for new drives, those that have pitted for inters. Yeah, but there's 3 different strategies here. 3 different groups are on 3 completely different approaches to this race.
I love this.
So who's
So
who's
it could-
Inters on?
I know,
So
I'm
Matt,
also-
Phil,
I'm also
Lemons,
really-
John, and Jake.
Bloody
Matt,
hell.
Phil, Lemons, John and Jake are in Group A, who are hoping it to rain in the next lap or 2 and then therefore gain all that time back. And if these cars are slow enough to catch up with the safety car, it could check the safety car and do another lap. So they may
Yeah,
want
but
to
it
pick
might
up a
not
bit.
even get wet enough at all. It's done that before.
And if it doesn't do that, then Alistair, the second group, Group B, of Alistair, Kong, Corey and Court, would be in a prime position to fight for the win. Because they're already up to 9th, 10th, 11th and 12th. All the Softy, Glock, Hickey will be about 20 seconds behind if it didn't get wet enough. So and then there's obviously the top group of the top 8 who are all waiting for the intermediates for it to get wetter. So 3 different
the top
groups
8,
here.
Dom, in the top 8 who hasn't pitted, is anybody else on mediums or is it just me?
It's you and Roy. You and
Roy.
Roy are on the mediums.
Okay.
And of course there's the 4th different group of Roy and Dan who will probably go long. The safety car is coming in this lap. But it's not wet enough for intermediates. Surely Matt and Phil are just going to drop back here, and Phil's going to come in for a drive-through anyway. Because the idiot decided not to pit when he had the glorious chance and a free pit stop to do so. I'd
Also
love to
be
see what
careful,
Phil's...
because Hickey's
what's
internet's a
on
bit
that.
dodgy, yeah.
It looks like it's raining a little bit more now, but these drivers need it to rain a lot more, and... Well... Alistair and Kong need to be patient here. If it doesn't get wet enough, Alistair and Kong need to be patient and just get these cars in front. But if it is going to rain, then I suppose they've got to make the passes. So either way, very interesting. Will anyone pit this time round? No, they're all going to stay out, I think. There's no point pitting now, unless it is going to probably chuck it down. We've got Glock attacking Softy, down the man, coming up to the back of the Ferrari man. On the medium tyres, can go longer into this race than maybe the Ferrari can. Dan moves to the inside, does he? Jack moves very late, and they crash! And wow, Jack, I didn't leave any room for Dan at all. Very Glock Russell-esque.
Wow.
Is that going to be a safety car? And I'm not quite sure why the room wasn't left there from Jack.
Oh, Corey's been it! Corey crashed!
And Corey's out too, and if there's going to be another safety car now, which I hope there isn't, no, I hope not, because that would really ruin this race. Why Jack didn't leave the room, I'm not too sure. Maybe he felt like the room was never there, but...
as well avoiding it.
Fortunately, the marshals have managed to clear it up in time.
Well, it's Alistair who leads Group B. Matt Tibbers leads that third group. Softy's staying out, but now it's not wet enough still, and...
Well, no,
Roy's had a spin. Is it getting wet now? Maybe Softy has a huge lead here. But if it is getting wet enough, then Matt Tibbers is looking great. But Matt Tibbers is dropping back massively. Matt's already 10 seconds adrift. This race, I don't know how to call it. I said so Softy's got to be the favourite still, but if it doesn't rain, then Alistair just needs to keep going. Owen is somehow P3 in this race. Owen Quemby has a chance to get second here on Jack. Will Jack leave the room for Owen? Look how much quicker Owen is on the soft tyres, so much more confidence. He's all over the reigning champion. I bet Owen didn't expect to be fighting with the reigning champion ahead of tonight.
George Russell on your Owen.
Well, crucially, Matt Tibbers is losing more and more time. He's still behind Glock. Let's see if he can get through on Glock. In fact, the soft and intermediates, that'll be a great marker to see which is the quicker tyres. But of course, if it doesn't get wet soon, Soft's going to come in for mediums anyway at some point, and then it might just start chucking it down. And then, I mean, tyres that Matt Tibbers is on are surely going to be destroyed by the time it does eventually get wet enough. Roy is past Lemons, who was on intermediate, so I suspect the dryers are still the quicker tyres. But Softy pulling further and further clear here. In fact, Matt Tibbers is going to be a full pit stop behind shortly, so I think you can rule out Matt, Lemons, John, Jake and Phil from this race. It's going to be between Alistair and Softy, I think, for the win.
It's not a perfect
Alistair pit for
situation,
Inters.
but I don't think we have cause
Oh,
to move on to a
it's
different-
ready.
Well, unless I'll
Race
pit
us
for
again.
Inters.
That was me this time.
Let's see if surely Alistair just copies what Softy does. Softy.
Actually, yeah, no, copy the
Softy stays out. Softy thinks it's not nowhere near wet enough yet. Jack Hickey, DRS enabled. Yeah, it's definitely not. About to pit now. Yeah, enabled. Alistair, stay out. Alistair, stay out. Fucking hell, I thought you were going to come in right then.
People have got their rain lights on, that's it. That's the new
Yeah.
indication, isn't it?
DRS. DRS is now
It's just people who are on Inters though.
No, everyone gets
No,
rain
no.
lights.
Matt Tibbers is losing more and more time to Softy, who's on the soft tyres. I suspect that Roy's sped in the pit lane. Rookie mistake, Roy.
Yeah,
Stick to
wet track, dry
GT7.
tyres.
Yeah, I suppose. Softy is gaining more and more
People
time.
on the
It's,
road.
it's quick enough for it dries, I think. I think Alistair should just stay out for now. I mean, it's going to... Yeah, because Matt is losing half a second a lap to Softy. He made that another second. He's lost another half second in the first sector alone. Softy's just pulling further and further clear. You suspect Softy has this race in the bag. May even come out ahead of Matt Tibbers. The gap now 17 seconds. Matt's in a battle though. I suspect Softy will be in this lap. DRS is still enabled, but for how much longer we're not quite sure. But still, Softy's pulling more and more time on Matt. So Blogs past Court for P5, but got a penalty in the process. Court gets a penalty too. Softy's still gaining time. Does he pit? He does pit. He's coming in.
Alistair pit. Tibbers is catching.
Jack Hickey comes in, they're all coming in, and this obviously means now that it was Group A of Matt, Lemons and John that may have got the right strategy. It's going to be Matt from Lemons from John in the lead of this race. Alistair dives into the pits. Kong Hoffman, that's going to be a 5-second penalty for one of them if they're not careful. Kong's hit the back of Alistair, and I suspect that's going to be a front wing repair for him.
There's no grip on the braking the pit lane.
So Matt Tibbos leads this race. Wet Lemons is going to take second. Can Jonas get Softy for third? He does. Jonas is going to get third. Jake's going to be fourth. Softy's going to be down in fifth at the moment.
Fuck's sake.
Softy's 9 seconds adrift, but will have much better, cleaner, intermediate tyres, and I'm sure Wet Lemons won't make it too hard for him when he comes up to catch. The only Kong Hoffman's out there on the Dry tyres. What a race this is. Matt Tibbles leads here in Imola. Softy, you can race every week. We're getting some brilliant races here. And DRS is now disabled, which means it's surely wet enough. I'm not quite sure why that made Jonas cheer. It's the same for everyone. No one's on dry tyres.
I know, but still. No, I know.
Well, Jonas is on attack.
Wait,
Jonas and Jake can't race each other here too much.
Kong Hofner is still on the slicks.
Yeah, Kong Hoffner's the only one on slicks. Well, Lemons gets a penalty.
Penalty.
It's not what he needed.
Yeah, but he just spit it.
Oh,
Mate,
it's a
he
mistake
didn't
he's
change
won
the
too.
Well, Jake's
I
all
mean,
over. Jonas
Yes,
here.
because Jake is behind me. He's been behind me for laps, but he can't use DRS now.
I got
Look at that gap
Russell,
coming
I'm
down.
fucking gutted. This is a great race.
Oh, Kong bin it. He's in the wall.
What did you
Yeah,
say?
Kong's stuck.
I got Russelled at turn 1.
Yeah, so did I. I'm really annoyed that I'm out this race as well.
Also, a lot of people
is that
getting
another safety
penalties.
car?
Safety car? Why?
Yeah.
Slow down.
Kong off the bin there.
Negative, which
Oh
means
yeah,
you're
and he's
too
right in the
fast.
middle of the track.
Reduce your pace.
I suspect that's the win for Softy then. Because you'll easily pass these cars when you've all bunched up.
It's a bit more difficult in the wet.
It'd be quite difficult around him.
Cole gets a drive through, becomes the second driver.
I was
Oh,
going to say safety car to go through the
sake.
pit lane.
Been
there.
given
I'm
a
just
Court
not
wasn't looking at his
watching it.
delta. Court wasn't looking at his delta, and he's now got a drive through.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah.
Well, you know what they say, Phil and Court. If you don't want the time, don't do the crime.
Damn it.
Kong off. Now you can see why we've got. Now, interestingly, Kong Ovner's car is still not ghosted, so be careful when you come round. Kong Ovner's car is still on the track, not quite retired yet. He's lost the wheel, as you can see, but his car's still out there, still officially in the race. So, whether or not he's going to ghost for the likes of Matt, Lemons, John, Jake, and Softy.
Oh. Hello.
Okay.
He was ghosting.
Sorry, I just just laughing at Roy, just casually hit
Oh, wow.
penalty. I don't know, it just made me laugh.
I wonder if Roy has gone for the wet tyres.
No, he
Has
hasn't.
he?
He hasn't.
He hasn't. Oh, so he's just pitted. I assume it's front wing damage then, maybe.
He's just getting rid of his penalty. It was just funny though, because like everybody else was around the other half of the track.
I'm on the pit straight.
Oh, I
Pick
wish
up
I
the
was
pace
still
a
in this
touch,
race.
please. We need to close to within 10
Same.
car lengths of the car ahead.
If Jake wants to get any closer, he may as well just give me flowers.
Watch out, he might rustle you in turn 1. Yeah. What did it look like from your view on? So I think you were behind
Car, I
me.
don't want
Yeah,
behind
it
me.
literally looked like he swiped across, to be honest. That's what it looked like from my view, but we'll wait and see what the steward say.
Weren't you behind the crash I had as well?
Yes, I was behind both of them.
You're liking me, right, didn't I?
The second one,
Everyone on track. Well, yeah, I can see it.
the second one I got a bloody, I got a 3-second penalty from because I got another track extending warning, avoiding it.
Well, if you've not had a warning since, you can obviously always appeal that.
Yeah, well, I think, I don't know if I have had or not, I might have had one, so I think it would have got a 3-second anyway.
So Kong's car's
What?
still on circuit.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is.
I bet it's because he's quit the
These safety
session.
cars are a real shame. I don't think we needed that. We had a great race spicing up there.
I would
I know the
disagree.
field's not bunched up, but it was looking pretty tasty for a nice result.
Oh yeah, his car is still there, for fuck though.
I think it's because he's rage quit the last session after crashing, so his car's just not going to clear.
Imagine if
great.
the safety car just stayed out
To be
till the
fair,
end
it
of the
has
race.
been doing what the 2-player career mode does, where it pops up at the top of the screen telling you who's out and cars not disappearing when they retire.
Yeah,
I've
because
got 8
car's
seconds
out,
worth
because
of
car's
penalties,
still,
for fuck's sake.
It'd be Mercedes 1 too if that's the case.
Mercedes
drop
1, 2,
out-
3.
I drop
The
out
final
before-
sector, where's the final sector? There you
Oh,
go.
there,
Just
we
this
go,
lap.
there we go, it's going in now, it's coming in now. Can the
Let's make
leader
sure
back
those
it
tyres
up
are up to
a
temperature.
lot?
Remember, there is
Can
no
I
rotation
go,
until
can I go
the
directly in
line.
the pits to
Stay
serve
in
my drive
position
penalty, or
until
do
the
I
green flag.
need to do
Yes.
one racing lap?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Try and overtake the safety car.
Yeah,
Just
I
checking you
don't,
can hear me, right?
I mean, I'm not. It's just how many positions I can not lose now.
Oh, beautiful. Look at this.
I'm going to try and stay in the points. It's my aim.
I'm back.
What the fuck happened to Jeff? I heard
Hello.
that.
Jake has actually just hit me.
Green flag.
Careful, Johners. And
Oh, no.
Careful, boys.
Don't pit, don't pit. Okay, he's not pit. Great.
Oh, else is off.
Softy trying to pass his first victim. Jake Davis is going to get him, I think. Is he going to do an outside one? No, he keeps it. But Jake's still ahead.
Speed now.
On the
Let's get some
outside.
heat
Oh, it's
into
like
those
Montoya
tyres.
Schumacher.
Oh, this is brilliant racing. And Softy just about going to do it. Good move from Softy. Got the P4. Fantastic.
That was a really good move.
Glock, leave your room, Jesus Christ.
Well, the McLaren's still on the fucking track. You know.
Cheers, John.
I thought it would have cleared after the safety car at least.
I expect Softy's favourite for this one now. He needs to clear Johners soon though.
I don't know, you know, I
much
think Max
crash
is getting
intermediate.
annoyed.
Gonna get Johners. Will Johners make him work for it? Got a podium to fight for here.
We have 5 laps of fuel remaining.
But Lemons will let Softy straight through.
Meanwhile, the oldest is fighting the youngest.
And Johners hold on to P3. Will he break later? Or has Softy got him? Softy gets him easily. P3. 3 laps to get the win here. Real shame that safety car came out, I have to say.
That's a good battle for, I think, 8th, thanks. The
Good
wide.
battles throughout the field, but
Oh,
we've
Peel's
lost
off.
what would have been a very exciting result.
Peel's off.
He was off and out of the race.
I don't know what
P14 for
happened
him.
there.
He tried to go for a gap but wasn't there.
I know he was there, but I didn't turn.
He was in the middle, there was a car on the left and then you were on the right. I don't really know what he did, to be honest.
Okay, clear. Gap to car in front is 19.8 seconds.
There he goes, he's getting that through.
Two laps to close in by 2 seconds.
Well, Jake and Hickey both got penalties, brilliant.
At least another 10 minutes until this rain evens out. Stay alert out there.
That's points pretty much gone then.
No, 14 for points.
Oh, well, I'm going to finish last then.
Atletico winning.
Oh, Alistair, man, you'd have gained about 5 places.
Oh, Softy's got a penalty. That's it. I think Matt's got the win.
Jonas could get P2 back here.
Softy's just out of range.
Jack Hickey on the inside of Jake. Jake taps the back
Jake,
of
you are a
Jonas.
fucking
Well, Jonas,
moron.
Jonas, that's not Jake's fault. You went
Okay.
very slow through that corner. Jake had nowhere to go. Jack was on his inside.
Alright, my bad.
Oof.
There's 3 laps of fuel remaining.
Then he is.
Oh,
Snap one, I think.
just about.
This is your final lap. Final lap.
Oh, hello. What a move! I don't know who does this. The amount of times we're on board, and then Owen just dives up the inside like, hello. Owen takes P6. Glock
I don't
takes
think you could hear him
P7.
because of his voice.
Go get involved in this. This is brilliant racing. Blocks all over Owen now, looking quicker than Alfa Romeo man. Owen might have to let this one go. Oh, that's always a McLaren. Sorry, I got caught out there
Okay,
by the
ahead
McLaren
is
that was stopped
16.4
on the circuit.
seconds.
Gap's coming down between Softy and Matt, but Matt might just have this because of Softy's penalty. Unless Matt picks one up in the final corner. Jack's all over. Johners for P4 and P5. He's a
Jack,
five
don't do
podium
anything
place,
silly.
you think.
Don't do anything silly.
You can't
Matt
do
Tibbles, though, is going to come round the final corner, surely to win here in Imola. Is that fuel tank topped up? It is. Matt Tibbles takes the win here at Imola. What a circuit. Softy second, Wet Lemons is third, but can Softy? Can Jonas take the podium from Wet Lemons? He can. He takes P3. It's somehow fifth. Jonas gets the final podium spot. Glock takes seventh. Owen drops to a 12 in the end. I thought you were up for a fantastic result. Not quite.
I had 11 seconds worth of penalties.
was Roy 12th there? He jumped to 9th.
I jumped to 9th despite being 3/4 of a lap behind. Yeah, that safety car really screwed me, that did.
Well done, Jonas. Driver of the day. P4 and P3.
P5 with drive-through. Take that.
Yeah, but Phil, you would actually won the race.
Got
You would have won
on
the
the
race, Phil,
drive-thru.
had you not just served the drive-through before.
No, I wouldn't have because I've still been
Yeah,
behind Matt.
why did you stay out? Why did you stay out though? I'm interested to know why you stayed out.
Well, I was thinking, well, the rain's going to come later. I'll just stay out hoping for a later safety car as it rains. Turned out it was like immediately. So
If you pit, you would have been in clean air.
if buts and maybes, but you know.
Well, you would have been. No, it's so bad. Well.